Well, another one bites the dust. I am just finding out right now that Hellraiser will be rebooted and it will be written and produced by David S. Goyer. I am reading this from Collider.com. They have a story. THR reports that the new take on the 30-plus-year-old material will also reimagine the iconic character of Pinhead. The Hell Priest, played exceptionally well by Doug Bradley, and the Cenobites, extra dimensional beings who were once human but have become twisted soldiers of Leviathan. Details are non existent as to how the team will recreate Barker's already rich and evocative mythology, or how exactly they'll rejuvenate a 30-year-old franchise that has already churned out 10 films. Holy crap, has there really been 10 films? I know I've reviewed every Hellraiser movie, but wow, I, uh, boy. But time will tell just how effective the new flesh is. The remake is reported as being on the fast track to production, which is always a good sign, bound for worldwide distribution whenever it's ready. Okay, so there's a few problems that I have with this, but let me just say, start off with some positive. I'm actually happy that Hellraiser is being rebooted or remade or however you want to call it, because honestly, I've watched and reviewed every Hellraiser film. If you're curious on what I think of every single movie, you can find them on my channel. They were done a while ago, but I can't. Some reviews I do want to redo and update, but those I don't know if I could ever go back and rewatch. I'll just say that I disliked all of them. I think the third one was the only one that I thought was decent, but I didn't care for the overly graphic, overly torture porn, and how you don't care about any one of these characters, how most of them are unlikable, and I know that's the point because that's why Pinhead goes after them. But it's jarring to sit there for almost 2 hours and just watch a bunch of crap. And I do agree that Doug Bradley played Pinhead very well. And ever since they stopped having him play Pinhead, Pinhead isn't nearly as interesting as when he was played by Doug Bradley. So I will agree with that. I do think though that this franchise could use a huge reboot to just re-energize this franchise. That last movie, Hellraiser Judgment, I think it was called, was horrible. Absolutely horrible. The worst film of last year, in my opinion, or at least from what I saw. It was damn near unwatchable. And the last few movies, the last few sequels have been direct to DVD. Like that's the level of quality that we're talking about. So if we pumped a little bit more money into a series, into a new movie, have it theatrical ready, worthy to be in the theater, have it actually be scary, have us go deeper into the mythology, go deeper into the Cenobites and how everything works, how the fact that they are used to be humans. I would love more stuff with that. I think with Pinhead, you can't. When they say reimagine Pinhead, I hope they don't like really mess with his look and design because that's such a cool design and such a cool look. Whenever remakes decide to revamp the lead character, look what happens. Look what happened to Freddy Krueger, for God's sakes. I'm pretty nervous to see what they're going to do with Chucky and the Child's Play remake. Sometimes they F it up, and sometimes they do get it right. I enjoyed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake from 2003. I enjoyed the Friday the 13th remake. There's some of them that I do enjoy, that I do think does a decent enough job to pay respect to the old franchise, but also breathe some new life into it. My worry is David S. Goyer. I don't particularly love his writing. I think there are movies that he's been a part of. Obviously, the Dark Knight trilogy, he's had a hand in writing those scripts, but they've also been rewritten by Jonathan and Chris Nolan. So let's not give him too much credit there. Man of Steel was pretty much all him, and I like moments of Man of Steel, but I also have some huge story plot point issues with Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, which is again David Goyer. He wrote and directed Blade Trinity, and I hate that movie. So look, this guy's track record is not 100%. It is up and down. It is wonky and all over the place. At least this is a horror movie though, so you don't need to go too crazy with it, as long as it's competently written, as long as it's coherent, as long as it's something that I can follow along. And since I don't really care too much about the mythology of Hellraiser, he can do whatever he wants to an extent, and I won't flip out. Hopefully, though, this does come out decent. Them fast tracking the movie is never a good sign as well. It just seems like, the It remake did well. These other horror remakes and Stephen King remakes are doing well. So let's just find something that we can remake and hop along. Ultimately, since Hellraiser is not a franchise I care about, I'm not too upset, but I'm sure most of you guys are fans of the Hellraiser movies. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this news? Are you happy that this is happening, or are you sad, or are you upset because maybe you love the old movies? Maybe you think that they're going to ruin it and screw it up? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!